Congratulations to Brandon Brooks on a wonderful, wonderful career. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. See, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of Dak. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. So we got a little bit of Eagles breaking news. A lot of you guys are probably hearing that Brandon Brooks officially retires from the NFL at the age of 32. All I can say is congratulations to Brandon Brooks on a great career. And thank you, Brandon Brooks, for all that you did for the Philadelphia Eagles. He came in, he was a stud at right guard when he played. He helped us to win a Super Bowl, and I just have nothing but respect from the guy. I was listening to his press conference, and he was talking about how, he's 32, and that's a little, that's getting up there in football, but he still should have some years left, but his body feels like his body is telling him, dude, you can't keep doing this. It's not going to work out good, and he's listening to his body. I wish my body gave me good advice. My body keeps telling me, eat them cheeseburgers, eat that cannoli, eat some more chips, you fat bastard. That's what my body tells me. Instead of, hey, go on a diet, So my body, you need to start telling me the truth. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, damn, I look like Denzel Washington. But anyways, Brandon Brooks is retiring, and I can't say enough good things about the guy. I have total respect for the guy. He's been through a lot. He was very open about, his anxiety and dealing with that kind of stuff. I've dealt with anxiety just a little bit in my life, not too much, but I can imagine, people who have to deal with it on a higher level, how hard that has to be. So I respect the guy for on the field and off the field. Wish him and his family nothing but the best. But Brandon Brooks retires, and that's going to leave a giant hole at right guard for the Eagles. Now, here's the thing. We could be in a situation where if not only Brandon Brooks retires, but Jason Kelce retires, we could need two offensive linemen, two starters on the offensive line. So it's going to be interesting what the Eagles are going to do. In terms of salary cap, okay, there's some things going on with the Eagles and Brandon Brooks. I didn't even realize, but the Eagles renegotiated his contract just recently, okay? And they did this in anticipation that he might retire, okay? So I'm going to read what that means real quick. So they renegotiated his contract, and the Eagles basically, they reduced Brooks' salary from $13.5 million to $1.12 million. The Eagles will be able to carry Brooks on the roster for $12.38 million less than his original contract, bringing his cap charge to about $7.1 million, okay? So they're going to have him on this roster up until June 1st for $7.1 million. If they're forced to release Brooks in March, he would have cost them $15.76 million of cap space. So instead, it'd be 7.1. Now, here's what the Eagles are probably going to do. Now they will be able to carry Brooks on the roster at $7.1 million until June 1st. On June 2nd, my birthday, they will be able to make his retirement official with the NFL, and Brooks' cap charge will reduce to $5.39 million in 2022, and then they'll defer $9.7 in dead money in 2023. So essentially, he's retiring right now, but he'll officially be put on retirement June 2nd, and it'll cost the Eagles $5.9 million. So they freed up essentially $12 million, over $12 million with Brandon Brooks. And remember, they're also going to have $16 million roll over in free agency, or in the cap from last year. So the Eagles are going to have, when it's all said and done and moves are made, they're going to have between 30 and 50 million. Somewhere in that range is what people are figuring. And now we got to figure out, what are they going to do at right guard? What are they going to possibly do at center? I pray that Jason Kelce comes back one more year. Just give us one more year. One more year, you know? Because, one, he's still the best center in football. And you know, it would help us to not have to replace a right guard and a starting center right away next year. What are they going to do with Isaac Seumalo? Could you move Isaac Seumalo to right guard? And what do you do at center? We drafted Landon Dickerson to be a center, but I got to tell you, him at left guard with Jordan Mailata is such a great tandem. I don't know that I want to mess with it, okay? So I think the Eagles really have to look at, and I'm going to get into my top free agents, top positions in free agency, top free agents and, top free agents, players I would pursue. Then we'll get into draft picks and stuff. But I would like to see the Eagles in free agency try to maybe fill that right guard spot. If they could fill it in free agency, and then maybe in the draft you go for a guy like Tyler Linderbaum, whatever that kid's name, the center. But you're going to have to shore up the offensive line. To me, the two major areas where the Eagles have to get better is going to be in the offensive line and in the defensive line. Both those lines have to be addressed. The defensive line especially, they have to get two defensive ends. You now need a right guard, and you may or may not need a center. We don't know yet. But the Eagles are going to have work to do. I would like to see them sign a free agent offensive lineman. I don't know who's available yet. And then turn around and draft, like I said, Linderbaum or somebody at center. Or you could always move Landon Dickerson back. You could put Seumalo back at left guard. But I guess you could do that, but I really like Landon Dickerson at that guard spot. I just think he's a beast. He'd be a beast center most likely too, but they got to address the line. It's definitely a hole. They need interior offensive line help. They need defensive end help. Not to mention they need a safety. We know all the stuff we need. But today, Brandon Brooks retires, and now it's going to be wait and see with Jason Kelce. Will Jason Kelce retire? What's he going to do? That's going to be the next question. If they both retire, you're going to have to replace two starting spots on that offensive line. I think you have to go and draft one guy and bring in another guy. If Kelce comes back, then maybe you can draft a guard and you don't go in free agency, you don't go that route. I don't know. But the Eagles got to fill. They're going to have to beef up that interior offensive line, and then they're going to have to definitely do something about that defensive line. They need at least two edge rushers. No question about it in my mind. But yeah, Brandon Brooks, he retires. There's nothing I can say, but man, when he was playing, he was dominant. Okay, there was a point in time where he was literally the best right guard in football. He was that dominant, but then injuries kept flaring up, and every time he would come back, he seemed like he'd get injured again. Come back, then he would get injured again. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating, no doubt about it. But the guy's listening to his body, and I think he's right. He's been hurt every year. His body seems to be breaking down, and it's probably a good thing. It's probably the right call. It's definitely the right thing for him. And I got nothing but respect for the guy. He was a hell of a player. He's an Eagle. He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and it's good to hear that he's going to live in the area. God bless him, his family, and I hope he enjoys retirement. As far as our Eagles go, Howie Roseman, you better get your stuff together, because we need two offensive linemen, possibly defensive ends. We need it all, baby. We need it all. With that said, take care. I'll talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to listen to what it's telling me. Because I know if I listen to my body and I do what it says, I'll be fine. What do you want? What are you saying, buddy? Eat a cheeseburger, fat bastard! Alright, McDonald's we go, baby. McDonald's we go. My body, it ain't ever gonna tell me anything good. I can't listen to it. With that said, Denzel Washington, out.